in God's name is going on in here? What was that ruckus?
What ruckus?
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
Okay, here's what I would have done. Bro, no one cares what you would have done. Actually, everyone cares. Welcome to Let Me Book the Territory, the podcast made for smart marks and nostalgia nerds. Brought to you by the Embrace the Turn Up Podcast Network. And now your hosts, A-Dub, B.A., E-Ray,
Speaking of things that we love, guys, we have stumbled across another episode of Let Me Book the Territory, the greatest wrestling podcast of all time. It is I, E-Ray, the quasi-bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, Pina Malenko, American Cream Brody Lowe's, the Fur Father, Peloton Poppy. He is here. Timothy Hayes. Guys, I don't know whose cheer needs oil, but give that shit some squeaky juice. And when I'm not yelling at my co-host, I am introducing them rather nicely, except for when they do things, because Dub's so fucking huge. It's the guy that's just menacingly looking like he has a grape van. It is my favorite tribal chief, the man, the myth, the constipated.
Well, it's the Dubs show.
Oh my God.
A-Dub night. Dubstradamus is in the building. First things first, rest in peace to the Iron Sheik. And as always, fuck you, Hulk Hogan. What's up, guys?
R.I.P. to his toilet. Man, stool softener stock just went up.
R.I.P. to the listeners' ears. Eardrums have exploded. I don't know if you've ever seen Tenacious D in The Pick of Destiny, but it's like, did not mean to blow your mind. Dub just fucking blew your sky high brain.
Just exploding eardrums like a Cody Rhodes promo.
Literally. And guys, if you didn't know what kind of pod this was gonna be, 10 minutes in, you already know. This guy that you just heard, I don't even know what to call him. Does he have a scalpel? Is he laughing? Dr. Giggles is back, ladies and gentlemen. The bald-headed meat cleaver, the illegitimate son of the meat sauce mafia. It is B.A.D.B.I.C. at your service. What's going on, brother?
What is going on, fellas? It is I, B.A.D.B.I.C., as the man just said, a.k.a. Black IRS, a.k.a. the Beef of the East, D.A. Bigelow at your services, a.k.a. now, because I've joined the Peloton crew, Peloton Sloppy, soon to be Peloton Rocky, motherfuckers! Let's go! In the building.
What a hot tag. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, children of the older ages. What do you want to talk about?
So much. Can we start with the Samoan Spike heard around the world?
I mean, can we go a little bit before
You want to go a little bit back? Because the LA Night agenda is in full effect now.
Oh no, not that far back. All right, look, it's like a VHS, like a VHS. I was like, stop, nigga, stop. Fast forward. Perfect. There we go.
Hit the tracking button a little bit. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Now explain the picture you want to paint here. Yes. Okay.
The promo of all promos. This family struggle. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like almost a mythical episode, lost episode of Charles in Charge. Like,
Shout out to Scott Baio.
Like Party
this
of
very
Five.
special episode
Right.
of the Bloodline.
Scott Mayo.
We gotta do this as a family. Come on, Oos.
But you gonna do it yourself. Cause you just disrespecting us. And he's like, all right, man. No. Solo. Kill this nigga. Oh, so good.
New MAGA with the spike heard around the world.
New MAGA.
I like that. Yeah.
So let us dive deep in here. SmackDown happened, and I mean, other shit happened. Cool. we probably won't talk about it. The important thing here is this continuous layering of this bloodline story and the continuation of the fallout from Night of Champions. Everybody was like, oh shit, Jimmy just kicked Big Oose's head off twice. It's like, ain't no mistake, nigga. It's like,
You thought.
you meant to do that shit. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, never be fooled again. So said the president. It was masterful. So I'm waiting, and they let you wait. They let you marinate in it all episode long, and then they finally get to Bloodline comes out. The implosion of the bloodline. Implosion of the blood continues. And then they start talking. So few things to actually discuss here, because several things happen. Where do y'all want to start with this whole segment? The interaction back and forth, or the presentation of the new Universal Undisputed Gold Bay
Let's talk
Triple
about the
Mustard
belt.
Champion.
Let's talk about the belt, and then we'll get to the important stuff.
Mustard music. I don't know what to.
How you guys feel about that belt?
Hate it.
It's so just whatever. They could have kept it. Somebody showed a graphic of all these random just big diamond W titles. It's into the title verse, because it's all these random ass colorways of these titles, and they're all real, and they were all real colorways that have been used since 2014.
Got
Black,
more colorways than Jordan
the
ones.
blue, the
Black,
eco
the red,
title,
the blue, the eco.
Snoop Dogg running around with a title. It's
The Lakers go.
entirely.
They had the
too
Braun
much,
Strowman
bro.
one from the Greatest Royal Rumble.
They treating it like the
That's true, the
TNT
green.
title down the dial. Stop changing this thing around.
Right.
Change it. Just create a unique title. I don't.
Stop just changing the contrast on this weak ass title.
Right, and
Get us
this
something
contrast
else.
is terrible.
Yeah.
Blue, brown, and
So
black.
can we get to it really quickly before we get into the bloodline shit? What is it about it that y'all don't like? For me, particularly when I seen it, because I was listening to it on mute, and then I seen it, I was like, the back plating behind the black diamonds looks so yellow. It's so yellow. I was like, ew. They need to break this up. It the reason why the big gold BBL works is because it has all that gold, and then
that detail.
But it's that black world.
Yes.
That black world behind us. I was like, oh yeah. And it looks good, and it makes it pop. That yellow is so that yellow gold. I'm not a huge gold fan. I'm not fucking gold member around here.
I love gold.
I'm not a fan like that. I don't wear gold jewelry. It's not my thing. So even seeing that, I'm like, ugh. So even and this is the thing, I guess, the actual title looks cheese. So imagine what the replicas will look like, because they're not real gold. So those spray painted yellow gold are gonna look even worse than what is actual solid gold, or 14 karat, 16 karat, 18 karat, whatever the shit is. I don't know, 24 karat gold maybe. I think budget cuts. Vince is trying to keep all that dough to himself. So BA, let me ask you first, what is it particularly if I just held this title BA, look what I got, What is it about you that makes you make that repulsed face like when your kid just came like, Daddy? Let it loose in your nose.
I know that entirely too well, that scenario. It just, there's two things that bother me extremely about the title when I saw it. One, it just looks like an unfinished product. I think you may have even said this in our offline chat. But another thing is it says Undisputed Championship on it. So what does that mean for the WWE and the Universal title? Are they just like gone now until Roman loses this fabricated belt that was just given to him? Is this the new belt for SmackDown? All these questions and more are being generated.
Dragon Ball Z.
There you go. Thank you for finishing it. But yeah, man, those are the big takeaways for me. I just don't understand the purpose of it. Don't get it. Like, was anybody asking for this? Did I miss something?
Well.
People were asking for a new belt.
I was gonna say it's funny you say that because there was some clamoring for a new title because we recall once upon a time, The Rock, Stone Cold, Chris Jericho, Brock Lesnar, etc., so forth, having a title being merged and it becoming the undisputed title, and that being a great design. Yeah, but they just missed the mark. They was like, you know what? Let's take blue and red, and somehow it equals gold. Like yellow, but like canary yellow. It was, I don't know. It's something about it because again, it's just such a flat backing. Like I just do not enjoy any of that. And I'm like, maybe they should have. Like honestly, I think the original black with the silver diamonds looks better than that.
Yeah,
maybe
I agree. No, that does look better. It's a classic look to me.
Yeah, I was like, that actually looks a lot better. And that was the original, I guess, World Heavyweight Champion or when it changed or whatever. So I don't know. It's something about it that just looks cheap and generic and lazy.
It's the Black Stones. It's the Black Stones, 100%.
Really?
Because you can see in between the black stones to the silver of the letters, so it makes those stones look like toys. When you look at the stones on like the actual title, if you ever get close enough to it, they're actual diamonds, but again, in between the diamonds, it's more silver. They're of the same coloring pattern. The black stone just kind of take away with it so you can see the separation, so it looks like they look like fucking toys. And then, so when you get the replicas, they're gonna look like shitty toys. I saw it and I was like, the Black Stones were a mistake. Like, if you just take the Black Stones out and just have the W's, and then like maybe do this outlining with the Black Stones, you might have something. But the Black Stones in the W is the key mistake they made there, 100%.
If you ever want to prove my point, how much you love the swirl. You just did. Like, listen, take those black stones out of my beautiful yellow. Well, that's been a double, guys.
I don't even have my yellow belt yet.
Look, he's a yet. I'm still looking for.
I'm looking for.
Right.
I'm looking for.
Sick. Out of that. So out of the disappointment of the title, at least we got the Usos music playing. They were, of course, not supposed to be there. And they showed up. And guess what happened? It got real. I cannot tell you how much I love the acting job, the Stockholm Syndrome of Jey Uso. Like, he went from the guy to now, like, behind the scenes character giving all the emotes, while Jimmy is like, look, I'm about that action, boss. He's like, I had enough. And if you recall, way back when Jimmy actually entered the fold of the Bloodline storyline, his shirt was nobody's bitch.
Yes, I've been seeing that.
And he's like, look, you can only push me and mush me in the face so many times. That, like, black, white, Samoan, hands are coming. Like, hands and feet. And I think he proved himself to get it done. So,
I loved when Jimmy mushed Roman. I thought that was the pinnacle of the segment right there. When Jimmy decides, like, how you like being mushed in the face, nigga, and then Roman was like, nope, not today.
That definitely on the captions he said that, nigga.
I felt it. I felt it in my soul. Like he mushed him, and like in my head, I'm sitting on my couch by myself. I'm like, ain't he called you a bitch? I heard it. You didn't even pick it up on the microphone, but I heard it. And the promo they cut of just like, we gotta do this together. We the family, and like it was so cool. Like they had this falling out, but at the end of the day, this is still the most powerful bloodline in wrestling history. And Roman was like, what he does every time you try to appeal to his emotion, he almost lets you get there. He sheds a tear, he embraces you, and then the sociopath on his shoulder is like, fuck them niggas. And then boom, the Samoan Spike heard around the world. To have a guy like turn his back on his brothers just to align with you, that's some crazy shit for one. And for two, just to decide that, nah, I gotta put you down, but your brother's gonna fall in line.
Right.
To me, this is the best story that they've ever told. It's not necessarily my favorite. My favorite will always be Kofi Mania, because that shit is personal. But I think this is like the best story they've ever told.
I mean, well, let me clear the ISO. Go ahead, BA.
Go ahead, BA.
Down low. BA down low.
I was thinking, can we define ever? Like, are we talking like the history of
Ever.
WWE
Creation.
wrestling? Period. The history
Ever.
of wrestling
Since God
Ever. Since the
and
Romans.
Infinity
on the first
Stone.
day God made type of stuff. Got you.
Yes, ever. Ever since one Roman was like, hey, I need you to throw this match so they don't kill me later. Yeah, ever.
I don't know,
Ever.
Doug, man. Because just because, you
If-
know, shout
It's been
out
3 years.
Shout out to the Side Pod, the BA show every other Wednesday on your anywhere you can find your podcast. But as far as you already know it, shameless, dastardly even. But
Yeah.
I will. Prince has joined the podcast, guys. He rose from the dead. All right.
Is it today
You
Prince's
wanna wrestle
birthday?
me in the revolution.
I didn't see the memo if it was. I'm always forever a Prince fan. Happy birthday if it is your birthday, Prince. Long
Oh
live.
my God!
Long
My
live
God!
Prince.
Prince just hit pancakes. Oh my God!
So
God damn it, King!
back on the track.
Purify
see.
yourself in the walls of Lake Minnetonka. Go get some barbecue sauce. That's gotta be a damn slobber knocker.
Oh man. Speaking of JR, I was going back to the era of Attitude. Was Doug talking about best ever? Like the NWO when that first happened, Bash at the Beach '96. I know it didn't end well, but
Right.
I bring
That's
that
the
up
point.
because
That's the point.
this
Oh,
hasn't ended
okay.
yet either. So like,
Are we really gonna think that Jay getting that title off of Roman at SummerSlam isn't gonna be a good ending?
who even says that's gonna happen? It could be a tag match. The Usos versus
well, let's say that.
Roman
Okay,
and Solo.
here we go. Let me play devil's advocate or special guest referee / enforcer. Sabu.
Get your tables out of the way.
The homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, E-Ray.
Like what? Why are all this? Guys, right? Got to do it. Point at the sky for no reason. I'm Zeus.
I think I tore something important in the sky. Hold on, let me jump through a table to make sure.
My hip.
Stroke is imminent. Must jump through table. My only medication. I need, this needs to be said. BA, I feel exactly what you're saying. It easily could end up in that territory because it has not ended yet. So we don't know. But to A-Dub's point, it's very unlikely that they're going to screw this up because unlike other companies, WWE seems to learn and rectify their mistakes when something's actually working.
I can't deny that, considering.
And I was and
happened
again, I
that
parse
time.
my words very carefully. When actually working,
Mm-hmm.
other stuff, yeah, they be fucking up. Because even with this storyline, when they introduced Matt Riddle, And people was like, what the fuck is this? I don't get it. I don't like it. He took that nigga right out. It was like, this ain't working like we thought. We thought because he took Solo out, maybe, and then they start doing all that fucking Zach Galifianakis math in their brain, and people was like, no,
go deal with Gunther or something. Nope.
Yeah, they Matumbo that shit. No, get that shit out of my get it out of my bloodline story. So they kept it and they simplified it. Now they've removed the agitator catalyst. They removed the carbonation, which was Sammy and KO. And now you're left with this delicious drink on its own. Because it's always been about what? Fast and the Furious loves to say it. No. Family.
We don't have friends.
Close, but no cigar.
Family.
Right? Every person I've ever met, even those that try to kill me, are now family.
Even you, Jason Momoa. Family.
All right, Jason Momoa, I know you just tried to kill my son, but I need a 10-second card. What? Fuck.
I hate that.
This is shit.
I hate it.
Now, that's the only way that they can screw up this bloodline story. Jason Momoa is the new Oos. He's the super Oos.
I'm going home. I might have to retire again from watching
if
wrestling.
Aquaman walks in that damn ring and just starts Samoan dropping everybody,
right? Or Haka dancing, I'm going home.
Hey, right.
I'm done. I'm done.
I'm like,
AEW, here I come. Neckbeard, just move out the way.
Jump the shark.
Make room for me,
and then they're gonna have a 10-second car match sponsored by Fast 11, featuring The Rock Johnson and Jason Momoa.
They had a monster truck fight in WCW with the Big Show / the Giant and Hollywood. Hulk Hogan.
You don't even
exactly.
Have to do
and you're comparing this NWO storyline to the Bloodline. Exactly my point.
No,
Thank you,
I stopped.
How good were they doing 3 years into this NWO shit?
Oh, if you listen to my show, it's well documented how bad that shit is. Yes.
3 years into this NWO shit.
And it's just because it was too much. It's too many chefs in the kitchen with that whole storyline. You got Hulk Hogan, you got Eric Bischoff.
Wolfpack, the black and white.
Too many NWOs.
And gold. Jeff fucking Jarrett.
Yes. Him going back and forth from Stanford to Atlanta.
Judy Bagwell on the pole matches.
Yep.
Come on, B.
Vince Russo holding Big Gold multiple times. There's all sorts of missteps are well documented, but you cannot take away that initial.
The finger poke of doom.
Goldberg and Hulk Hogan for free on a Monday night. I understand. I get it. The missteps.
Hitting Goldberg with the taser.
Killing the street.
Come on.
Come
on. And then we got moments like Roman just choking out Edge, looking at the camera talking about, my arm is extra big. I'm 270 pounds and can't do nothing.
He just doing that for the bitches. I ain't here. That's for
fine.
That.
Hey, it works.
I'm saying, that ain't for my.
You see the Twitter. You see the timeline. It works.
BA, you've been married too long. You forgot what you gotta do for the bitches. Like sometimes that shit's just fun.
I retired my show muscles.
Shit for the bitches.
The show muscles have been retired.
Exactly.
Show muscle workout tomorrow.
Oh God!
I got a muscle.
I don't want to know what muscle.
The love muscle.
I was talking shoulders, but all right, we can go there too. We can go there too. Putting in some work this weekend.
It's got some shoulders too. Anyway, sorry.
And a 6-pack. What is happening?
All right.
So. On to other things. We've spent entirely too long on SmackDown, but kudos to the Bloodline. This is so much fun.
It's my CTV.
Kudos.
Do we think we're getting Jimmy and Roman at Money in the Bank?
Jimmy and Roman?
I think we get more of a direction this Friday on this episode.
I'm thinking that it's as you said. It is all about family, but Jay and family, because Jimmy has now chosen a side.
True.
Solo has now chosen a side.
Clearly.
Jay is where we're at. And the thing is, when Jay chooses a side and he goes, you know what? I'm with my brother, because Roman is always again, being highly arrogant and be like, oh, he's going to just fall in line, forgetting how much they fought prior to. I think there's something to that. And then they showcase the new Uso. And I think it has to be Solo that's going to be the one that surprises us. And he's going to be the one that actually executes some stuff. But the way they're slingshotting each other is fantastic. It's like they're doing so good of a job of putting themselves over. If this lasts for another year or so, black people are going to stop saying we need to get like the Jews and say we need to get like the Samoans.
We need to get Usi.
Yes.
It's only a matter of time before this Samoan like love hits the mainstream culture. It's brewing. It's like boiling almost. It's just bubbling a little bit, almost to a boil before this shit creeps into everyday.
I mean, Tua just got his tribal tattoo. Let him have a good season.
Here it is. It's simmering into the mainstream.
Tua, Jason Momoa, Rock, Roman.
But y'all forget, y'all acting like they're not already there though, BA. These are like sleeper cells.
That's what I'm saying though. No, I'm not saying exactly. Like they get activated just off of just
make you lose your mind.
Off of all of this bloodline talk and the subculture of wrestling.
It's like instead of the Manchurian candidate, it's the Samoan candidate.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
What am I doing?
I did
play
it
football
for
to wrestling. There's a bunch of football players just walk off the field and just march to SummerSlam or some shit, and then they take over.
Sound like a South Park episode that needs to be made.
Hey man, it started with the Booyah Tribe back in the 90s. I know y'all remember that.
Wow, I'm taking it.
Matt, Trey, pay me.
You're welcome.
Right. But moving away from that, on to Raw. Thoughts? Anything?
It's a cool show. It's a cool
Raw
show.
was like the most show of the week to me.
Let me get down to the brass tacks here. I can't hold this shit in. Last week, put over Cheap Heat podcast, Rosenberg interviewed Shayna Baszler, and I was listening to it, and I was like, I love this. I thought it was very insightful. It was such good conversation just about, number one, her and just who she was as a person, her journey through MMA, then like her actually always enjoying WWE. Kind of like you, technically, if you've listened to some interviews from a lot of pro wrestlers, a lot of them had no idea how to get into pro wrestling. The closest thing they found was like mixed martial arts. That's a very non-common theme. That was something that Malachi Black also said. And I was like, interesting. Because it's like, I don't know how to get into this shit. And you're watching a spectacle. And then her love of that continued. So she got back into it. She actually was the one who got Ronda Rousey kind of into it. And they posted, et cetera, so forth. But with that said, as much as that was like, I really enjoy Shayna Baszler outside of the ring and her stuff. That makes me have a more softer eye to her inside the ring and be a little bit more courteous because I see like the work and the ethic and then even the joy and love of professional wrestling, even though she's like still figuring it out. I just have a huge issue with everything known as the women's tag titles. It is.
Oh, we here now?
The most cursed titles in wrestling.
Look, I'm cutting to the shits tonight. I'm sorry, I don't got time to. I ain't got time to.
Did E-Ray get married over the weekend? Like he sound like me. I don't got time.
I ain't beating around the bush.
I got 5 minutes.
So you look around the tush. I ain't doing it tonight. Going straight in there.
Get in there, E-Ray. Get in there. Get it.
This got weird.
Right.
Gonna need my hard ass.
I'm like Kyrie with that camera in that picture.
I thought you. Never mind. Well, not even.
Moving on.
And that's been AEW Quick Hits.
Nothing quick about it. All right.
Didn't want to
Women's
get
tag
traded
division.
like my boys. Yes, the women's tag division. So there's several things that are extremely apparent. Which way do we go? Just pick door 1, 2, or 3. I'm ready to shoot. I don't care.
2.
What'd you say? You going with 2?
I gotta go with door number 2.
Door number 2. All right. Behind door number 2 is Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey demanding tag titles to legitimize it. This was said from Shayna Baszler that Ronda demanded these titles, and they said, Ronda, in a second, don't worry about it, you're gonna get a tag title. And she was like, no, y'all keep promising me this. We need these tag titles to legitimize these titles.
So glad.
And you know what? Behind door number 2, a new car. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I can't understand why this is being looked at. Like, oh yeah, because she's gonna legitimize it. So there's 2 types of fans out there right now, 2.5 technically, but there's the ones that are like, yeah, I really rocking with this. Yeah, she wanted to make these titles mean something. Go ahead, Ronda, because she could be in the main event here. She could be in the main event picture, and she could be facing everybody and holding all the tag champions.
Glad we're here.
And I'm like, is this not White Man Can't Jump remake? What am I watching?
So glad
I seen the original and I liked it. Why are they redoing this?
It's all
and
just as
people
egregious as that
praise it?
movie.
Because Sasha Banks and Naomi, formerly known as Sasha Banks,
Won't black women do it?
and they demanded to make these things mean something. And prior to Naomi and Sasha Banks, it was Sasha Banks and Bayley.
Common
Trying to
denominator.
make these championships mean something. And yet, I just could not figure out why they were, again, supposed to be split up, not working with the actual belts that they earned, because WWE doesn't have women tag teams. It's like 3. There's 3 legitimate women tag teams. That's it. But they got belts for that. Because everybody else is just hey, me and you wear the same eyeshadow. Let's be a tag team. I don't fucking understand it. So, Dub, before we open up any other doors, let's get into it. What are your thoughts? What are your
First of all,
keys?
you hit it right on the head. Black women were trying to do this with these belts. So to give Ronda any credit for this is fucking ridiculous. But I will say 2 things. 2 things about this.
Give it to me now.
One, she has a point, because if they put these belts on Ronda, they're going to be on TV because they're paying Ronda a lot of money, so they're going to put her on TV. But 2, it's going to delegitimize them pretty soon because Ronda can't get shit over because she's not good. So the moment those segments stop rating and people stop doing anything because they don't cheer for her, they don't even boo her anymore, they're just like, get off my TV, they're going to take her and those belts off of TV.
Okay. I had one quick conjecture for you, and then I'm going to shoot the BA. 2 things. One, she does get booed, but it's not, yeah, we like to boo you heat. It's like, get away.
Mm-hmm.
We
the worst
hate
kind of
you.
heat.
Yeah, it's like, go home heat, go away heat. Not to be confused with the Dominic, like, I can't even talk because he's just such a fun heat magnet.
Yep.
It's like, oh, and Shayna Baszler's coming out to Ronda's music.
Ugh.
Yuck.
Yeah.
And then when Shayna comes out first, it's like, okay. Soon as Ronda appears, boo, boo, get off my TV. And it's intense. So they do boo, but I don't think it's what they want from the booing. But as you said, she has a hard time getting anything over. So how do you legitimize it by just having Ronda the person you basically turn into Brock Lesnar or Brock Lesnar? I don't understand it, because she can have those titles, but it doesn't make the titles legitimate. Doesn't make her legitimate either. It actually kind of hurts them both. So that's my one thing. But before we open up another door, BA, give it to me now.
I wanted to say what you were saying, like kind of what Dub was on about the fact that Ronda's gonna have these titles and they're gonna get forced to be on TV, but she's gonna delegitimize them. I was gonna say, how can you delegitimize something that's already kind of delegitimized already? Like you keep on trying to plug and play since it's basically been inception, and people have been trying to get it over, like you said. So my mindset is, it can't get any worse than where we're at. It'll give
give it a couple of weeks, as E-Ray would say. Give Ronda a couple of weeks with those titles. It'll get worse.
Like, how can you get this stuff? Like, this title is already like a feud away from being erased from history.
You asked the question, BA? That sounds like you want to open up another door.
Perfect segue to door number one, in my opinion. Let's go to number one.
Guys, how could it get any worse? If you rewind the podcast back about 2 minutes, I started this conversation by saying there are 3 possible tag teams, women tag teams in the whole division. Everybody else is just like slapped together, random things that tie them. Oh, you like wearing this color? I do too. Now we're a tag team. The one thing that I was hoping for once I seen the NXT call-ups was, hey, we can start building this tag division by having Ronda and Shayna just ripping through jobbers and put together tag teams. And then you also showcase the only, to me, I'll say, in my opinion, the only real solid women's tag team that they have, that they called up from NXT, the TikTok tag team, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. And then they collide at like a SummerSlam, and they have a fantastic match. Kaden and Katana win those belts. Instant legitimizing of those belts. Seems simple, right?
But wait, there's more. After Kaden and Katana win those belts, the Gothic Witch Bitches come out.
Exactly.
Have those NXT women's tag titles.
And then guess what they do? Instead of having one-offs, they could have a feud.
Crazy.
Wow.
With the women's tag champs having a feud of 2 actual tag teams
that have history, that have already feuded.
Oh my God. It could have been.
It's just not
It could have all been so different. But let us stop daydreaming. As Lupe said, daydream. Dream above the flowers. For a couple hours only. They only gave us a couple hours. But the day that we actually ended up was not so beautiful. They decided to go so far the opposite way that I don't see how you recover. I think this is now DOA, because we got Ronda and we got Shayna. What did Ronda and Shayna do? On the debut of the NXT tag team that had all the momentum, they challenged. They gave them, first of all, they gave them a great package. I was like, oh shit, they giving them a package? I was like, this could actually work. And this is where I built up that whole, oh yeah, and then they can build them over here, and they do this over there, and then they collide, and it's gonna be great. I'm thinking the Cody Rhodes and the this and that, all the things they do with the men, like pretty good, right? I'm thinking, oh, this is all they gotta do for these women tag belts, and that actually is that's how you legitimize it. They said, oh, we bumped into them. Hey, Munchkin Patrol, let's fight tonight. And they said, yeah, we're going to take those belts from you. And we're like, no, y'all not. If y'all did, that would be excellent. But guess what that does? that makes Ronda and them look weak, and that delegitimizes the championship. But if Ronda and Shayna beat the only legitimate tag team on the first night, even if it's a great match,
Then what's the point?
then who else do they go against now? And that delegitimizes the championship. So, behind door number 1, version A of this, the latter happened. They had a fantastic match for the most part. I'm still not a fan of how Ronda works in the ring. It just looks weird. But
bad. It's bad.
I don't want to label it as bad. It's something
style.
about like the motion of it. It just looks awkward.
It's not fluid.
So yeah, and they try. It's like a shoot fighting thing, but it doesn't really work well. Regardless of that criticism, the wrong team won. They had a fantastic match. They got me pulled in, but I'm like, this could have been at SummerSlam. They should have never touched until SummerSlam. And this would have been so much better, even if you do have Ronda and them win. Guess what? They just feuded against a really good tag team, and that's the legitimacy that you need.
I wasn't mad at the match happening. I think, like you, E-Ray, I was bought into the fact that, like, please let them beat them. But if you're gonna have the match happen, Ronda and Shayna can't win. They can retain those titles, but they can't win.
And
The TikTok tactic has to win by count out, disqualification, or something to have them have something moving forward to go after those belts at Money in the Bank or SummerSlam, however you do it. But for them to take the L, fuck this moral victory shit.
We are 2 weeks away from Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey going against Natalya and a pregnant Carmella. Like, I don't know what else.
I'm going home.
All right.
I mean,
Let
Shotzi's
me
not
have the
doing
card,
anything.
Dre.
Put her on another tag team. Like, they just seem to insert Shotzi in the random tag teams whenever they need somebody. So
Shotzi or Natalya. Hey, you're not doing nothing. Get in a tag team.
Go get your ass whooped for the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Go act like you and Liv Morgan are a tag team.
stick a hole in this tank around and not doing anything with it.
Right. If I was Shotzi, I'd just be fucking blasting fools. Just committing crimes. Hey, can I go to damn Chick-fil-A and like, can I get a large waffle fry, 4-piece strip, and a Sunjoy? And they'd be like, oh wait, what? You didn't tell me it was your pleasure? Aim that tank.
Yeah.
This Chick-fil-A is closed for reconstruction. And then I'm leaving.
She hits that, ow, ow, ow.
Right. Oh, oh, oh.
You're like, all
And
right.
she's eating French fries on top of a mound of dead carcasses. Love it.
I don't want
Hey,
those
promotions
stacked
department,
fries.
call us. Lines are open.
Too much like right, you know? I mean, even that, as grotesque as that would be, is better than watching Ronda Rousey attempt to legitimize these championships. It's not going to happen, Ronda.
No.
Mark my words. And guys, you can hold me to it. Bless you,
Jesus.
filthy
Thought I hit the
swine.
mute button. Whoops.
No.
Didn't go.
You-
Okay. Well,
Amateur
that
hour,
guy.
folks.
All right. If Dub was any more terrible at his job,
Hey
he
man,
would-
I hit the mute button. It just didn't go. I don't know what to tell you.
yeah, that never
I don't
mind.
know what to tell you.
Well, other things from Raw. Did we get things that I got something that I liked,
Seth
but
and the
I'm gonna hold it
Judgment
because there you go. Take it away, Dub. Take it
Seth
away.
and
You
the
got
Judgment
it.
Day?
This is synergy. This pod is going, baby. We kill
Seth
it.
is going to war with the entire Judgment Day. First of all, still not a fan of world champions doing open challenges. That being said, Damian Priest getting his flowers for doing that match with Bad Bunny at Backlash, getting this match, and you're like, ooh, Damian Priest looks like a main eventer. Loved it. Love Seth throwing shots at Finn Balor, saying, ha, I can lose tonight. My reign's still longer than his. I was like, damn, that's ether.
Dagger.
That shit that make your soul burn slow.
Yeah.
And then fucking Finn coming out at the end like, nah, fam, nah. And then Damian being upset, maybe a little friction there. But even after the match was over, Seth and Finn right there. Like, that's your first feud right there.
So easy.
So,
It
it's
could
so
all be
it's
simple.
so easy. Like, and Finn, and then you can
I
kind
take that as SummerSlam.
you can play that power struggle
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at
between
that.
the Judgment Day, when really the real power in that entire group is Mommy, for being honest. It's you can play so many angles with it, and I love it. And as much as I love Seth with that title, and I hope this run is better than his past runs, Finn deserves a world title run. He really does.
Absolutely.
I agree as well.
And if he got it, I wouldn't be mad at it. But it's just trying to understand when and where.
Yeah.
Because as we're talking legitimacy, you put it on Seth for a reason. He's
gotta have a run. He's gotta have a run.
Gotta have a run. And I was confirmed. I love the Twitter's verse. He did come out and it was confirmed that he was supposed to be King from Tekken. I called it. I was like, that motherfucker came out like King from Tekken, though. And it was it. Love it. That's so dope. But outside of that, yeah, I thought Damian Priest looked like he belonged, number one. That's important to me. I've said that a couple months ago since Backlash, and I was like, you know what? They're high on Damian Priest, and he's gonna start getting some shots, and it looked good. But as he was talking, and Finn was saying stuff, and you start seeing a little bit of disagreement. They're teasing, they're doing a tease of teases. I'm a little nervous because I don't like when they break up groups too soon. Like, I think the Judgment Day is, even though they never win, they're just now getting like the vibe of the squad. Like, it don't matter. It's not about wins or losses. It's just about them being dope and having fun and talking their shit. And I think everybody is now better for it. You don't want to mess up that synergy because they kind of eating off each other. And like the synergy, the gloriousness of the group is helping each person individually become better. So when you break that up and then you start putting that person on his own again, like, oh, he's ready to fly. You pushing that bird out the nest and ain't got no feathers on them fucking bird wings. Splat. So
yeah, I think one of the reasons you can't do it is because like nobody in Judgment Day should be a face ever again. Like, Priest was cool as a face. Ever. Priest was cool as a face, but he's over as a
Yes, I'd rather see him as a heel.
But everybody's over as a heel, though. I gotta
cool.
disagree with
It's cool to be a heel. Like, it's easy.
Yeah,
that's easy work.
But wrestling is built upon heel and face turns. Like, you gotta go, and that's the only way to like bring us to care about your character, because it has to change. If it's constantly this, even the Undertaker, he was always dead, but he changed a little bit. Like, all right, well, I'm dead and I like motorcycles now. Like, I don't know. You got to do a little bit of something different. And he went from like, baby face, badass to, this ministry to this. So you got to do some changing. I don't think one can just, and I mean, I could be wrong. There's some people that you just got a punchable face. Like, change your face. Something about your face. I just want to punch.
Could you ever imagine Austin Theory being a baby face?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He seems too punchable.
Cut his beard, he'll be a baby face. Easy.
No, I think he has so much charisma. He could be a very cheerable guy.
Exactly.
I thought you were gonna go the way, and we'll get to that. But like Baron Corbin, can you imagine Baron Corbin being a face?
They tried it.
Not at all.
Not possible.
Not at all.
That's
Ever.
the difficult. That's
Ever.
a more difficult turn than Austin Theory. Austin Theory, I think that's easy.
Baron Corbin can
He has
never
the
be
look.
a baby face.
He has a look. He has a move set. Baron Corbin just looks like he's either evil or disgruntled at all
like
times.
an asshole.
Yo, it's E-Ray, the quasi bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, the side god of pod, and I'm here to tell y'all, come check out my show, Binge Flicks and Chill. You never know what you're gonna get, but we always talking some good shit when it comes to television and the latest movies. So we want to bring y'all in. We want to make sure you have a good time. You learn something, you laugh, you cry, you might stab a nigga or two. I don't know what you're gonna get, but that shit's popping. So come check out Binge Flicks and Chill. And it's me, E-Ray, and I'm out. There you go. Even when he's doing nothing but like with his wife cooking Kobe beef, people are like, "Fuck you, Corbin. Those steaks aren't cooked right." Like, damn, he's just a heat magnet. So, we say all that to say, I love Judgment Day. Keep it rolling. I don't think they need to break them up yet, but I do like a little bit of the tie-ins. I was hoping that Finn gets another shot. But yeah, it's fun. I think Seth having that title is just good shit. Can we talk about the Money in the Bank qualifier?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Get it in.
For Raw.
Look
at
your LA Night agenda.
We're not backtracking.
We're
not backtracking, Amo. We're here.
Who qualified from Raw on Monday?
Ricochet.
Yeah, because
was it Ricky? Okay.
Yeah.
The Swagless Wonder.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, look at his cool gear. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, but he's like dancing and stuff.
Yeah, man.
All right, it's cool.
I hate this Black Power Ranger act he's pulling. Like, he acting like Zack from the Black Power Ranger from old school Power Ranger.
That's all he got.
Acting like that. That's who he is, BA.
That's all. He only. That's
I need more
the few
character
tools
work.
he got in the shed.
I need more character work, dude.
You know what you need? You need Braun Strowman. That was working for Rick. It was good.
Yeah, speaking of Braun, who would have knew that man's neck was like fucking dangling off the threads like that? Like, man got a neck fusion.
His neck was hanging off the bone.
Basically, he got like 3 vertebrae back attached to his neck. Man, that's crazy.
Damn.
He had to be in crazy pain. I couldn't imagine. That's why these dudes do this.
I don't even know, bro.
And I manage money for a living because I could not do that. No, thank you.
Like, one tope, and I'm out of here. Nope. That's not gonna work for me, brother.
See,
you got position him. All right, you got a position in Gorilla, brother. I'm done.
You got none of them headset gimmicks there.
Right.
Throw on my head.
Give me a headset gimmick.
Look important. Right. Nobody say anything to me.
Michael Cole, mention Fast and the Furious 12. That's all.
You guys got a GM gimmick or something? Trying to be an authority figure?
Right. The anonymous GM.
Cool.
A-Dubs. Right.
I can read.
Tonight,
definitely.
you're going 1-on-5 with The Undertaker. Like, what? But, yeah, it's just so many things that were worthwhile. So far, Dub, do you know? Give me the people who have qualified thus far for
the men's Money in the Bank match. The
yes.
qualifiers are Ricochet, as we were just mentioning from Monday night, the Swagless Wonder. A fully rejuvenated, still here for my check, Shinsuke Nakamura. And of course, the megastar, L.A. Knight. Yeah. And we got 2 more matches to go. I'm thinking like the final person to get in is going to be like a last chance battle royal, and I'm thinking that's going to end up being Bronson Reed because they're still featuring him around this match. So I'm like, it just makes sense just to put him in the match. I don't know who else they would put in from SmackDown would be the other question. Who would you guys grab?
SmackDown?
I mean, are we doing last chance battle royals on each show or all together?
They're probably gonna do one all together because the blend split clearly means shit.
I know.
Yeah, it's starting already.
BA, do you got one?
Trying to think.
All right. Well, let me shoot
cook.
one for you.
You go. I'm gonna cook.
I got two suggestions. One.
Chris, we have 3 more matches to go. 1 more person from SmackDown, 1 person from Raw, and then what I think is going to be
the last chance.
Yeah.
Okay. So 1 for the last chance, Montez Ford.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Get him in there. Another person from SmackDown who would be very deserving of that spot, Xavier Woods.
Okay.
That would be very fun. He is shown to have ability and do things. So again, that's what I would enjoy to see. Would they do it or not? That's another story. And then also, sorry, I'm hitting you with 3. So BA, you better have something about how I'm doing.
Oh, I got something now because I can't leave my brain, so it has to be my
and
suggestion.
SmackDown, because I'm going straight SmackDown. AJ Styles. I rest my case.
I like that.
I can't get this gentleman. As far as trying to think of a different person, Austin Theory, I could see him being in it too.
Ooh.
I could see that, even though and wouldn't it be going for a back to back because he won it last year, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I could see him possibly squeezing in too. I did not want to say him, but I'm like, I can't really see anybody else. And you have some good suggestions, E-Ray.
So,
But that's what I think could squeeze in there.
I have another question for you really quickly. If, like, let's say, regardless if Austin Theory is in it or not, do you think that person who wins, do they go after the mid-card titles, or is this now going back to Undisputed, or more than likely the Seth belt?
Well, I
The
straight up
BBL
think LA
big
Knight
gold.
is winning it. And I think LA Knight is winning. I think he goes after probably, because I still think Jay is going to take that belt off of Roman. I think LA Knight takes that belt off of Jay. Like, if
Really
not
quickly,
immediately, like shortly thereafter, Jay taking that belt off of Roman.
Interesting.
But as
That's
far
a
as like
wild
the rest of
booking.
the field,
It is.
as far as the rest of the field evening out, I think Santos is going to get in on Raw. Or no, Santos on
yeah.
SmackDown. He's on SmackDown.
SmackDown.
I think Santos might be the next SmackDown guy to get in. On Raw's tough. Because I think Bronson's going to get in on that Last Chance Battle Royal. That still leaves one spot open. I don't know. Baron Corbin. He's probably going to end up losing to Ilya Dragunov next week anyway.
I mean,
With interference from Melo, but yeah, I'm about to say we'll get there.
Well, I mean, you're taking us there.
We're here. Free agency.
Okay.
The invasion of the free agents, if you will.
Right. BA, what do you think about these free radicals?
I'm all here for it because the tie back into the last question we had, anybody can go after anything, and this week on NXT proved it. If you would have told me Braun Breaker was gonna call out Seth Rollins for the new Big Gold BBL, I would have said why and how, but they did it and it happened. So with all this wildness with Baron Corbin showing up, and you got Auntie Dana Brooke showing up on NXT. To just take another L, basically. Like, I like it. I'm here for it. The free agency thing worried me at first, but now they're using it in a very wise way, and I hope they continue it because it's like introverting all of these universes. And I remember when I first got on the show, we used to always talk about it. Don't look like certain shows
People
like
work in the same place.
Exactly. Now it's like it all kind of fits, even though Baron Corbin ain't set foot in NXT in years. He looked like he belonged there, and there's no shot at Baron Corbin. He looks right in that spot to kind of go over there and put some people over for a little bit.
I got some thoughts. I think I sort of roundabout disagree with what you're saying, but somehow it still agrees. I don't know how this works, so just hear me out. Words, right?
Words.
It's one of those things where I was thinking similar to you, like, wow, this free agent invasion. I'm kind of enjoying this, which I didn't think I was, because I was like, oh, I love seeing Ali. But the crazy thing is, I'm like, Ali doesn't feel like he's in it. Like, it doesn't feel like he was ever in NXT. Like, he feels like, to me at least, I was like, he feels like a big deal going down to NXT, which I'm like, that automatically elevates him. just like Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin feels like a big guy there, which I know from watching Black and Gold, the lone wolf, Baron Corbin, was down there, but he's been gone for so long and those characters have evolved so much.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like they were ever a part of it. So I had to like go back in my mind and remember, it's like, oh shit, yeah, Ali was smaller and he was on 205 Live being Sub-Zero and shit. I didn't even remember him like being NXT guy, and now he feels like a big deal like a big fish in a small pond, essentially, but in a good way. And very much the same with Baron Corbin. That's what I said. I kind of disagree with you. To me, it feels like they don't belong there, but that's what makes it better, because it's actually like, ooh, let's see what these guys are doing. Even though that, if you've been watching long enough, like myself and Dub, you can remember them, but it's just been so long. Their characters have went through so much evolution. It's not like a Apollo Crews that was just like, oh, I'm just here again because they called me up too early. It was like, this has been years. We've seen different versions of the characters, different feuds and stuff, specifically with Baron Corbin. Like, I can't say that for Dana Brooke, but for the other guys, right? For the other guys.
So the thing about Baron Corbin to me is that his characters went through so much evolution that it's almost back to where it was in NXT. So he feels like he belongs when he shows up there. You're
There's
like,
no hair. That's it.
This feels like 8 years ago. What's going on?
It's the Flashpoint paradox. He's moving so fast that it looks like he's not moving at all.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, and to your point,
vibrating at the same molecules.
When Ali was like briefly in NXT, when they were still trying to figure out what 205 Live was going to be, he didn't have a character. He was
at
all of those guys. They were just flippy. They just flipped a lot. So him coming back with a full-fledged character, you're like, this is weird.
And some size to him.
Yeah, like,
it's like,
this is weird. Like, I know he was here.
Ali feels like a big deal.
But I'm like, he's a person here and not just a flipper. It's weird. But I will say one thing about this NXT thing that I hope they don't do.
The invasion. Mm-hmm.
No, I was gonna say I hope Seth doesn't show up.
Yeah.
I'm the champion. You gotta come to me.
Yeah, nah.
If I'm Seth, I'm like, hey, I work on Mondays. You gotta come see me, young man.
But
have HBK sign your permission slip.
But he
and then you come see me.
Because Seth is the Raw champion, so he has no reason to be anywhere else. These other people are free agents. Seth is not. So I think that's why. Yeah, that I can pretty much guarantee that won't happen unless you get like a.
See, but that's right. I think it will, because he's like, I'm your fighting champion. I'm the workhorse, and that's what worries me, that they're gonna lean on that and have him actually go work on Tuesday.
Well, I think he's gonna show up there.
The champion. Yes, he should lean on the champion thing and say, "Hey, kid, I work on Mondays."
How long do we have for this to possibly happen? Because I'm willing to take a bet.
Show up next week.
He'll show up. They'll have like a promo, and then they'll probably fight the week after.
I missed something then. Apparently, I didn't see that part.
Yeah, Braun called him out at the middle of the night from the parking lot.
Thanks, guys.
Because somehow
you saved me from taking a bad bet. Appreciate it. I was about to say, why would he do that shit?
In the NXT parking lot.
Yeah, he'll be there for sure.
Okay. Well, yeah. I eat my words. Delicious. Need to season them a little bit. That just didn't. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck that. Whatever Braun doing. I'm okay with it though. Like, yeah, come up to Mondays. That's how you kind of get Braun onto the main roster or something. Fine, who cares? I'll take it. But and I guess they give a little bit of a ratings boost to NXT. So yeah, he will probably show up there. But he's gonna do his big thing, and everyone's like, whoa, because he was the first NXT champion. So I'm perfectly fine with that. It's not like I highly doubt that they are gonna have him fighting at the Bash for the the World Heavyweight Championship against Braun Breaker. If they did, guess what? I'm watching. So I don't care. I don't know. It works for me.
You gonna be there? Are you going to the Bash? Represent the pod?
I mean, I thought about it's too close to
SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's too close to SummerSlam. So
yeah, say the
it'd be like July 30th. Yeah,
yes, sir.
I'm broke. I'm a broke boy. So that was my thought there, but I would definitely watch it either way. Outside of those things, there are several things that I absolutely loved about NXT this week. NXT was on fire. Guys, I just need you to rapid fire. Give me a yes, no, loved it, hated it. I just need some feedback.
Creed Brothers. They continue to impress me every time they step into the ring.
That was a fun match, period.
Can I say best match? Only match I've ever cared about of the Schisms ever.
Okay.
Ever.
That's a fair take.
It's a fair take.
Like,
I mean,
did not care. I've never cared about a Schism match.
But we're old school GYV fans too.
Yeah, didn't care. So it was with the Jagger Reed and Schism Washington or whatever the fuck. I was like, I'm good. I don't never need to see this. Or it doesn't hit the same way. Soon to be like, if you don't give me that, I can't get with the cross eyes and all the crazy shit. So
they getting a lot of work out of them boys who tried to quit.
I make facts, and I was like, this match is good. And then Julius fucking Creed. I'm like, I hate to give you so much props, but man, you are like tiny future Kurt Angle. I don't know what this motherfucker's doing. He's doing some outstanding shit where he just kip up that he found his spot. That's a thing. That's like Jason Jordan when he found the strap offs. He's found it. That's his thing. And it's like, oh, you can just kip up and belly to back somebody and then kip up and do it again and kip up and do it again. Bad money. We love it. And he's fantastic. And
how
Brutus
about the seated suplex spot where he was sitting down and stood up? Like, I didn't know I could be this much of a fan of a white guy from Duke. And it's kind of bothering me and like my blackness. Man,
I've been there before. Duke was one of my favorite teams, so I get it. The way he ran up the ropes, two-hopped it, and then moonsault. Clutch. Landed on his knees and took them down. Then Brutus just does a running moonsault or like a stand-up moonsault. I was like, these motherfuckers can go. And I was like, man, I forgot how much I actually enjoyed y'all's work. Because the rest of the tag division has been like kind of meh. So I was like, all right. Bukak Lee has stole all, between Gallus and Bukak Lee stealing all the men's, I ain't had nothing else to
did you see how excited he got when he saw Ali? He was like, oh, newcomer. I've been waiting to fight you.
Like Capcom. Capcom.
Good God.
Audience, I apologize in advance. Put your quarter in. Continue. Newcomer.
Continue.
Yeah, continue. That was definitely one of those things where I was like, man, that's good stuff. So
and then Ali pulled a us and just booked out the whole territory for 3 weeks of that title.
Hey, you do this, you do that, then we'll come together and probably do some of this. And I'm like, that sounds amazing. Bad.
Wait a minute. When was he on the pod? I was so confused.
He's the fourth member. Everybody knows inclusion is revolution. It's 4MB now. Like he's our gender. Don't hinder Ali.
No, you're right. I'm gonna give him his retribution. You're right.
There you go. Love what you did there. It's definitely important to say. I think that Gallus is ruining the tag division.
They're doing nothing for anything. Who are they elevating, Doug? Or who are they getting elevated by? If you ain't doing one or the other, you just standing still. Them titles ain't doing nothing for them. Their gimmick ain't doing nothing for them. Their presentation ain't doing nothing.
Boys on
their
mid.
Wrestling style ain't doing nothing. Shall I continue?
I thought their matches with the Creeds have been good, honestly. But that's just
not
because of the Creeds.
Part due to them. Thank you.
The Creeds make anybody look good in the ring.
Facts.
So what about their matches with Pretty Deadly?
Who, the Gallus boys?
Yeah.
Again,
they ruined Pretty Deadly for me.
Looks will make people look good too. They're not a bad tag team.
and they ruined Pretty Deadly for me. I'm such a Pretty Deadly guy.
Their momentum did
And
stop
like,
when they started
I
fighting
don't care
Gallus. It just
And
completely came to a
Can I
halt.
say how much I hate the music change on the
Really?
main roster for Gallus? Or excuse me, for Gallus. For Pretty Deadly, I was like, ill.
I kind of
Like,
like it.
this is some Vince shit. I liked this shit before it was dope. It felt different. This feels like they're playing into it too much. Either way, neither here nor there. Let's stick to NXT. Something else. BA, give me something that you hated this week.
Hated from NXT. I could have done without.
Ava Rain? What?
I went back and watched that. I was like,
BA was watching something.
it wasn't as bad as you thought it was. I was like,
Look at
I don't see what they're talking about. I'm gonna just go over here. No, anyways.
What Dub is talking about.
Put the Jergens away, Booker.
See what Dub is talking about. That thing gonna even rain.
Honestly, bro, like, it's very easy for me to go on negative tangents about wrestling. There wasn't a lot that I really was bothered by. Like, I'm trying to think of something I could have hated on. The women's battle royal was fun and it was a little clunky here and there, but it was okay to be clunky because it was a battle royal on a Tuesday night. Yeah, man. I'm trying to think.
Well, let me ask you. Why was your favorite match of the night Davakato versus Scripps?
Yo, full disclosure.
Sorry, I'm not his friend.
No.
Gotta call him Reggie.
Yeah, absolutely. But full disclosure, I watched the abbreviated version on Hulu. That match didn't even make Hulu. That's news to me. I'm like, Davakato was on NXT last night. So there you have it. I'm sure that probably been my hate, like if it would have came on, but
Wait.
USA Network cut that one out for Hulu.
Guess what?
What?
BA Scripps won.
Oh, good for Reggie. Good
Be
for
a
Reggie.
roll up.
Good for Reggie.
Reggie
Rolled up
Davocato's
Davocato's
big ass.
How pissed off was Davocado? Did he beat the shit out of him after the match?
Him and
Okay,
Axiom.
I was about to say. Oh, Axiom
Stacked
getting it on the
them
bullshit
up.
now?
Yeah,
Oh,
I guess they
shit.
friends now. I don't know.
Was he wearing a
Family.
turtleneck? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Was Axiom wearing a turtleneck with his mask
No.
or no? Okay,
No.
just curious.
Axiom came for action, and Davakato brought it to him. And Scripps was like, you know what? I don't need this mask no more. Thank you for getting me out this terrible gimmick.
Was he wearing that with that jumper outfit he was wearing a couple weeks ago? Was this something normal?
Who?
Nah, it
Reggie?
looked like it was.
Yeah.
Nah, it looked
It
like
was a Scripps outfit without a mask.
All right.
Yeah, it
I'll
was
take
basically something out of what's his name? Callisto's closet.
I'll
It
allow
didn't
it.
fit.
I'll allow it.
Scripps' whole thing looks like he just like, oh, is that Kalisto's gear? Oh, that Dominic's gear? Oh, I'm gonna put those together.
Yep.
It's gonna be
Right.
fire.
And I'm gonna be a
jump
little
lot.
chubby in it. Yeah, sure. Oh
All right,
yeah,
you're
forgot.
right. Another
You-
thing
you
from
already
NXT we haven't mentioned, I want to see where you were hot or cold on. How did you feel about Mortal Kombat's Nightwolf versus Damon Kemp 2?
Man, you put me in a spot here, Dub.
Because I know you don't like Damon Kemp, and we're all fans of Eddie Thorpe. Although I still want to see the EDM DJ Vision Quest. I need for it to happen.
Right, pop 3 shrooms and he just started moving, finding his animality and shit. Need that. I loved it. I am enjoying Damon Kemp being a piece of shit and complaining, and Eddie Thorpe just has something about him. I don't know what it is. I'm like, I rock with this shit. This is hard body. Do some cool fucking Native American.
Yeah, like, I
stunts
can't
and
even
shit.
figure out like
He's
what
hard.
I like about this. I'm just like,
I don't know.
I like this. I don't know.
It just works. He has a look. I like the vibe. It's look, it just works for me, and I like that they have pretty good chemistry in the ring. So it was fun, and watching Damon Kemp lose and be a crybaby, I enjoy that even more. It's like a good gimmick for him. It's like an arrogant guy, like I should be this good, and then he loses. Then he had like some type of legitimate claim to his losses. But I fuck with all this. This is fun for me. So that was something cool. How about this? I'll throw one back at Dub.
Oh God.
What do you think about the tag teams facing each other? Where it worked for Briggs and Jensen.
It worked for Hank and Tank.
And Hank and Tank. Now they got our boys about to. They're like, you know what? We need to scrap, dog. That's how we become friends.
You know what?
What do you think?
It's something weird with NXT where they figured out the comedic tag team thing, and and it's not like opposites attract type tag team thing that we've seen in wrestling for decades. It's like these guys are actually friends, and it's just funny. I'm interested. I'm interested because big fans of Blade and Inoue. Loved everything they did with Toxic Attraction. It was excellent on a minute level that only I feel like niggas would understand, especially niggas like me and BA.
You already know.
But yeah,
I need to open up a business together. A custard shop. Perhaps.
Black.com already exists. You right? What are you talking about?
They beat us in a punch.
A custard shop, perhaps. Frozen yogurt, maybe. They just
Fro bro. It'd be called Fro bro. Fro bro. Instead of Fro yo.
Fro bro.
Fro bros. Fro bros.
All right, we only serve it one way. Like what?
We will roll around in an unmarked van as ice cream men, but we're not selling the custard.
Every flavor is swirled with chocolate. Like that's
whether you like it or not.
Strawberry and chocolate.
What toppings do you have? All
Limited
chocolate based.
I don't know, but put this mask on.
Put Snicker bars in your chocolate.
So
you got anything else? Nestle Crunch bars.
So much
Milky
nougat.
Ways.
So much nougat.
Nougat. Milky Ways, and they're extra veiny.
Oh shit! We would absolutely get arrested. Like, you guys got a permit?
Yeah. You're like, yeah, it's right
It's not
here.
gonna work for me, brother.
Sir.
Sir, that says I can do what I want.
All right,
exactly, officer. Get out of here.
Written in crayon.
This here contract here I drew up on LegalZoom and didn't get notarized yet says that I can park this van here and solicit whoever I want.
Yeah, I'll see what that says right there. It says I can do what I want. So I need you to get out of here.
Your sign is made out of cardboard and it's moist. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, moist.
Oh god,
it's humid outside. Don't judge me.
Bro.
It's June. Everything's moist.
Even the candy bars.
You want one, officer? This was on the house.
What about the ice cream? The ice cream's always moist.
Courtesy of the Fro Bros.
What's a triple Snickers? You're about to find out.
Give me about 7 minutes.
So much nougat. I can't fit it all in my mouth. Yeah, exactly.
That's the point.
Oh no! Come get your almond joy.
Speaking of,
you don't get the other candy bar because sometimes you feel a nut and then sometimes you feel like a nut. Almond Joy by Fro Bros.
All that coconut.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you catch one. I'm sorry, guys, but we said all this to say, Noam Dar's new stable, much like we just did, is called The Metaphor.
I love that name though. I love it.
Do you, BA?
I do. I'm not mad at it.
What is it a metaphor for? This world.
That's what I said. I was like, yo, they're on to something. And I'm not going to say it because my kids are in the room. When I was watching NXT, I was like, they're on to something. I can't talk about it here, but they know what they're doing. They know
Oh my
exactly
God.
what they're doing.
I'm crying. Like, I watched it and I was like, you know what? So 2 things that flipped around for me. I'm always one to be very open and transparent. So here we go. Number 1, I said I was not a fan of, again, the metaphor. Now named the metaphor what I had officially dubbed the swirl. You know what? It works for me because I kind of like what's going on. It's still not fully working for me, but I'll give it time. Oh gosh. Phone away. Number 2. Nathan Frazier's hard-hitting, hard truths, whatever that shit's called. Love it.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was funny
it got
as
so
fuck.
much. Adding Dragon Lead, it just got so much better.
I cried. He said Jakaro's Jackson 5.
-1.
I was trying to figure out if that was racist or not. I'm like, is that
That
racist?
shit was great.
But it was funny. It was funny. I was just like, is that racist?
But
I'm
I
not
love how
laughing
they
at
keep
that.
playing with that. Like Jakaro's Jackson 5. Like when no one first met him, he said, "I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I'm for real."
Yeah.
Like this is great. This is
It's
great.
so good.
And she cold.
He said oh my God, there were some other
No
good
one's
ones
rental
in there.
friends.
That one was the least good one to be.
What was
Well,
the,
it
what
was,
other one?
oh my gosh, I was crying.
The Aura Mensa experience.
That
That was a good one. That was a good one.
said the lost. What did he say? The long lost legend of Lash Legend. The what he's called them, the two terrible talk show hosts or some shit like that.
2 terrible talk show hosts plus 2.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah, that whole segment got a rise out of me. So I say all this to say NXT back. NXT bike.
They got
Yeah.
like 2 levels of mid card now. It's weird. Like
I had so much fun with this. Like everything I was watching, it was like, oh, I know these people. I care about these people. Even when it came to the women's battle royal, because of all the things they had set up prior with Lash Legend and Jakara, with Thea Hale, and her doing crazy graps, her yelling at Duke. Oh yeah, I'm just talking to so. It's just like, I'm talking to Gulak, and we just gotta give it back to him. I'll fucking crush you. And I was like, it's working. Like it's the stupidest thing. They just have this very fun energy. And hey, credit to us. As soon as they got rid of that fucking A storyline, the whole goddamn platform opened up.
HBK been listening, man.
We got free agents.
Yeah.
We got hilarity. Like they actually upped their production value when it came to the like they're leaving a performance center and doing so. It's a lot of stuff.
Tiffany
going on
Stratton
there.
had an amazing promo. All
Amazing
you gotta
might
do
be a
is
little
listen
bit-
to
Yeah.
us.
That's that swirl going a little too crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
gonna say,
compared
it
to
was
last
cool.
week. Compared to last week,
Dub's
it was
head is
amazing.
definitely under the
Okay.
ice cream
All
machine.
right. All right.
Compared to last week, what I did on the toilet earlier was amazing. It's like shit versus shit. I mean, come on now. It is what it is. But this week,
It was cool.
far better. But again, she wasn't in the ring either. That was
Yeah.
that was a back that was protected. That's what we were saying about Trish Stratus.
Good point.
Put Trish Stratus in the back, it feels a little bit different. You put her to the front and have my girl Zoe Stark coming out with a tank top and a belly shirt. I'm like, I give it 2 weeks. I digress. We're talking about NXT. Sorry. I almost had a relapse.
You all right? You all right? You
Sorry.
going to Fro Bros? What's going on? You all right?
The Fro Bros.
I almost put it in reverse. Damn emo not working.
We do. This T-shirt idea is just going crazy in my head right now. This ice cream truck with 2
custard.
black figures staying out of it.
Just 2 big Snickers just flowing across the Fro Bros. The power of the swirl.
Power of the swirl.
Oh my gosh. Well, stay tuned for your Fro Bros t-shirts. EST 2023. Fro Bros. Just gonna be a great t-shirt. Outside of that though, there's two more things that we did not mention. And we got a little bit of time left because we're gonna cut out of here, guys. We're not gonna hold you up. Shout out to Mumbai High if y'all been holding us down. But I need to know. Door number 1 or door number 2, Dub? Give it to me. Come on, Price is Right. I need to know how much. Wait. How much is that 409 spray? Is it $4.99 or is it $3.99? Give it to me.
Door number 2. Door number 2, Regis. $3.99.
If this is Price is Right, we're in California. It's definitely door number 2, the higher price title.
And behind door number 2, it's a new car. Did you gotta pay insurance on
You're about to
and
say
taxes?
like dildo or something. So I'm glad you said car.
No, I would not.
Entirely too
It's
long.
a new
I was like, where is he going with this?
Bro Bros t-shirt. Power of the swirl.
It's a new ice cream machine.
So much nougat. By the way, B ain't writing all this stuff down. This is a great t-shirt.
I told you, man. My brain.
But, gentlemen, we have Ilya Dragunov. Versus
He was the toughest
bum-ass
nigga in NXT.
Bear.
And then Braun Breaker jumped him. I thought that was the funniest shit in the world. Yeah, I'm the toughest guy on NXT. I see you next week. Mink, say that shit again.
I didn't even
And
care
then
about
Braun
that
leaves
part.
and like, I'm done with that. Hey, Seth, I want your title.
I love it. It's involving the heelness.
And Ilya just has to move on to Baron Corbin.
This is the
He'll get no gift back.
This is the Braun I've been
that's
waiting
what you
for
think.
since I joined the show, bro.
That's what you think.
For this.
Because guess what? Dub, the way these things are intersecting and interacting, there's no reason, like, if I'm right and Seth appears and then they do have a match, why doesn't Ilya Dragunov come out and get his get back? Cost him the match, and then there you go.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
And
That's,
then you get Ilya and
right
Braun at the bash. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. But my point being,
I don't like Braun walking around that NXT parking lot like he's safe though. I don't like that.
right.
I don't
It
like
ain't
that.
safe. It ain't safe.
You know what? Tony
all.
D in jail, so you know it probably might be a little bit safer.
It might
down
be
there.
safe. Right. Got those fucking hooligans off the streets. Might be safer.
Might be a little
Safer
safer
than we
down there.
thought. I do want to briefly mention this thought I had, and you guys tell me how crazy I am. I think it's highly possible, as much as I love him, Carmelo Hayes might be a transitional champ, making way for Ilya Dragunov.
It's not a bad take, E-Ray. Now that you mention it,
What are
and
your
kind of
thoughts?
where Melo and Braun are at, they are on the edge of their time being done. Like they've done the things that they needed to do, and Dragunov not touching it in A.
I feel like
sense.
Dragunov is such a NXT champion. Like he's that guy that you want to see, and it's just kind of one of those things. Like, damn it, I love Carmelo Hayes.
Could you imagine Dijak coming back when he does win that title, and them two dudes fighting again for that title? Sign me the fuck up.
White Blade versus Count Dragunov.
Yes, for the
Part
gold,
3.
the rainbow
Part
gold.
7. Yeah, I feel like if Dijak wins it, he's gonna just turn it like back to black and gold or some shit.
It's just gonna be all black.
Or yeah, he probably just rub his fucking beard on it and get all that shoe polish on.
Yeah,
Get all that midnight
like
cocoa bean
colors.
on it.
facts.
I don't like colors.
Title's
What
just
you say?
gonna be black,
Whoa!
for sure.
Whoa, what you say?
Yeah.
What you say, White Blade?
I don't like colors.
Cobra. Like, okay, whatever. But yeah, that was a thought I had because I was like, they had Trick avenging Mello, or trying to avenge Melo. Trick's $1 million. Looks great. Feels great. I was like, I don't know. Yeah. Sorry, my girl got to me. She didn't even see it. I was just like, oh, Trick, go, Trick, you got it. My bad. I fanned out. But Trick still got beat up. He got put in his place by bum ass Baron Corbin. I love the crowd just yelling at him the whole time. Fantastic. They was saying bum ass Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
They was saying a couple wild chants. It was great. But that happened, and then I was like, wow, Dragunov versus him would be fun. And then he beats him, and then what? And then it's like, he's the guy. Like, Dragunov's the guy. I can't. I've thought this since I seen him beat Walter. Like, it was incredible. So I feel like it's now the world kind of recognizes it, but I still think Triple H and them are slightly behind on it. And I'm like, I hope this lasts, because him and Carmelo could have a real banger too. But I would love to have Carmelo Hayes longer for champion. But I don't know. It's just something about.
But at the same time,
Dragunov
like, you look at
screams
Carmelo
NXT
and you're
champion.
like, you look at Melo and you say, that's
Money.
a generational talent. Like,
Absolutely.
and this in the same way, like, so it was pretty clear earlier that Bianca was going to be a generational talent, but she still needed those reps at NXT. You look at Melo now, you're like, I don't know if he need these reps. Like, we might want to strike now.
If you guys get a chance, there was another episode, the same a week prior to listening to Cheap Heat version with Shayna Baszler. They did interview with Carmelo Hayes. Fantastic interview. And you got to hear a lot about his story, him being from Boston, and then like a lot of his mentality. So he is very much not like his character. He is very like work hard, put my head down and work ethic, perfectionist guy. And that's why he's so good. So for him to exude such coolness and then at the same time be not Shawn Michaels, like Shawn Michaels was a guy, he had it. But he also had lots of demons and stuff that came with it. Exactly. Carmelo's like, and some of the things that he said, he was like, him pushing back the envelope and him trying to ask Shawn about things. It was a very good interview. He was like, I don't want to be jokey black guy. He mentioned to a lot of this stuff. He's like, I want to be serious. I want to be taken serious, but cool. And then he was saying some of the things he tried to get Shawn Michaels to get away with. He was like, can we say this on TV without doing that? Like, put people on a t-shirt, etc., so forth. So I think he's got plenty of time. I still know how
he got away with that, man.
Because he definitely didn't explain it to him as what it really means.
No way. There's no way.
Was it him or was it Trick Willie? Was it Trick Willie? Listen here, Sean. We're gonna do this. So, but yeah, great episode of NXT. I mean, can we talk about the last bit of it, the ending? Man, we had so much going on. 4,000 women in the ring. It was crazy, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a mess of fun proportion. And our winner, Thea Hale.
Thea Hale
versus Tiffy Time.
Has it been a slow burn with Thea Hale of like her kind of losing and then kind of getting there, or are they just like, we gonna try this out?
It's been a slow burn, in my opinion, just from what she was when she entered Chase U to who she is now.
What, 13?
Calm down, pedos out there. We're not trying to say all that. Not you guys, but anyways.
Right. Or just turn this podcast off because we don't want you.
Yeah.
Don't leave a 5-star comment.
Yes.
Pedos.
Just walk to your closest police station and don't look back. But no, she was just like a timid person. When I'm saying she was just kind of just there as like the youngest.
She was not timid at all.
The youngest person in NXT or whatever.
She's been scrappy dude the entire time she's been there.
But
I was saying like the slow build because like she was just like losing matches and Chase U kept losing.
So not slow burn, slow rolling.
Yeah.
They were slow rolling her out because she was definitely always there. She had it. But she And we're like, oh, this is a fun character. But then, of course, she lost, and then she got kidnapped. Then she was scared, and now she's like, basically, this is basically a redemption story. If you think about it,
Yeah.
this is her story all along. It's just coming full circle. She was like super excited. She was on the campus, and then she got like abducted. And she's like, wait a second. The statistics is real. I'm not messing around with this. I am terrified. I can't walk alone. Gotta have my mace with me. And then it just so happens that she went to two crazy guys. Well, she went to like what's that dude? Detroit Dust or whatever. He's like, this is how you do if you're getting jumped. This is what you do in a situation. And then she learned all these moves, and then she got fired up. Now she knows how to really defend herself. And she
realized all she had to do was get a title shot, was eliminate Dana Brooke. Oh, easy money.
Right. Like, bitch, please.
Easy money.
And got it. And yeah, I think fantastic first challenger. It's going to be something fun. We don't expect her to win, but it can definitely draw us in and be like something exciting.
The yin and yang of the promos is going to be good leading up to that.
Yeah. TBH? I don't think you're that good. Well, shut up there. And her being so hyper and crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, I 1000% agree. But I think that just plays into everything I've been saying. This episode of NXT was so fun. I really enjoyed like every bit of it, besides the Braun Wagner segment. The Von Wagner segment.
Oh yeah, another thing
that got cut from the Hulu, but I saw that on YouTube. Though. I was like, man, this shit is getting kind of fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it was.
Is Von Wagner the only free agent to not show up somewhere else?
No, he showed up on Raw. He was in like some battle royal or some shit
and got erased immediately.
The one that Ali won.
Yes, the Intercontinental Championship one. He had a quick appearance, a very forgettable appearance. So yeah, but he was there.
Von Wagner's biggest fan, BA over here, remembers all his appearances.
Hey Von, I'm not going into this office of doctors and therapists. Next. Oh, I will go.
Von
I got
walks
this one by myself. Right.
It's like bad foreign television. Like it's not for me. Like that's how
it's like big sausage pizza without the end.
Right.
Yeah. It's literally just
without the beginning part.
Literally the first 2 minutes of those historical skits, as we'll call them.
Did you order a pizza?
Why is there a big hole in the middle of the box?
I thought you said extra sausage.
God damn it! Fast forward. Wait, this is it. That's all it was. She just ordered a pizza.
Sir, why are you holding that pizza box in front of your pants instead of? Anyways, sorry.
You're holding the pizza box at waist level, sir.
Thank you.
That's what you ordered. Extra cheese. It's like sleazeball. But yeah, it was very bad. But hey, we've come to expect this. Vaughn, get some acting classes. Get well soon, or not. I don't care. Just don't become the A storyline in NXT ever. But with that said, guys, I think we did it. We have reached another episode concluding of Let Me Book the Territory. This is now becoming an ASMR podcast. Don't jerk off to my voice.
Yeah, ASMR.
Jesus.
And if you're still listening, Dub blew your eardrums out.
Whoa!
Dub, tell the people where they can find you if they're not deaf.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are looking for me, all the socials, ADUB1220. Promise you guys, Embrace the Turnup is coming back. We've just had some scheduling difficulties.
It's never coming back.
Promising it for like 5 weeks.
We've had scheduling difficulties. Your boy A-Dub has picked up a second job. It's getting crazy out here. But we're coming back soon.
He's not even giving a date, just soon.
Right. Hopefully next week. But soon.
Worse than with that
Just
bad
wait till
Mortal
next
Kombat
week,
movie.
guys. We are still coming.
But soon.
We just keep coming, but we'll never finish.
But soon.
BA, the beef of the East. Let the people know.
You already
Where you
know.
at?
You already know, fellas. You can
Yeah.
find us
All the Let Me Book Pods, Twitter,
Instagram, Facebook, letmebookpod.com for all of your Let Me Book the Territory needs. On top of that, the
That's
BA
always
show.
BA on Twitter. That's always BA on Twitter.
All the time. When
You
he's
see
just
those-
yelling at white
you see
women.
those likes on the white women pages.
When he's just yelling at white
That's
women
scary,
saying, so much
considering-
nougat.
that scares the
It's
shit out of me because BA has not been as active this past
You
week,
see
so
him
I can
flirting
only
with the other
know.
creators, hitting them fire emojis and them heart eyes. That's all BA all the time.
That is absolutely not me.
No, that means we were hacked by Smiles or something.
Damn it, Smiles.
But he's a gentleman.
He is a gentleman. Gentleman of gentlemen. Shout out to Smiles. But yes, outside of that, y'all already know the BA show, episode 4, dropping when this airs Wednesday. It'll be discussing the Monday Night Wars. Disgusting discussion of the Monday Night Wars. Just talking about that as AEW Collision gets ready to premiere. Fun.
That, don't I?
Yeah, we'd appreciate that, producer Dub. If you mixed out our
More
our
work.
shows.
Ugh.
Right?
Ugh.
God forbid, more work for
Just-
the content.
Just stare at Dub in the face and just like propose him to do something other than any of the things he's actually doing.
Oh, shit.
And he will like legitimately start to melt in front of you.
You didn't think that worked for Hawk, brother? That really doesn't work for A-Dub.
Oh,
But
shit.
yes, check us out every other Wednesday. Keeping
brother.
that content pumping, brother. That's all I got, E-Ray.
Well, guys, before I let you know where you can find me, I gotta let you know where I've been. I've grown up to with one of those iconic wrestling figures. I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the day, I used to have like the wrestling figures that were just automatically posed. They weren't like posable. They just
The
Stuff.
hard rubber ones.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I had Macho Man.
Oh, yeah.
I had a Hulk Hogan, and I had an Iron Sheik. And I used to put them through mad matches, go crazy all the time. Had so much fun with them. I just throw them around. They just do all these crazy movements because they're so rubbery and bouncy. And probably by the end of it, Iron Sheik probably like lost a nipple or something because I used to just his turban was like rubbing off his head because I used to play with it so much.
Pause.
I thank you, Bia. I can't say enough RIP to the Iron Sheik. Just old school memories, good times. So you can find me at E_RAY_ the bad guy on the Instagram. You can find me at E_RAY the hipster on the Twitters, or to find all the links with Binge Flicks merch as well. Binge Flicks Season 2, we bike. Season 2 is up right now. We kicking it off with Wakanda Forever, aka the Black Panther problem. That's on in our Baruckus RSS feed. But guys, I'm a baddie now, so link in bio, all my links. You can find
My
all
link tree
Linktree.
for all my links.
Linktree /E_RAY for all my exclusive content.
If you want to be a close friend of E-Ray's, click on the link below. It'll be $9.99 a month
E-Ray would definitely
Oh,
have a
yeah.
close friend.
for all of the pleasures of E-Ray.
the pleasure. Oh, the pleasure.
Oh, we almost
Guys.
did a whole pod without mentioning Hellraiser.
Nope.
Never, because we're all Cenobites.
Guys, with that said, we're fucking out of here. Let the madness wash over your bitch ass.
Oh.
Peace.
And fuck you, Hulk Hogan.
In peace.